Kevin Stott, the match referee, about to control these two teams. 8 of Real Madrid's Champions League winners starting today's match. Ronaldo's in China though, Ramos resting, all the other stellar names are here. Manchester United with only 4 of their Europa League final starters. But teenagers Rashford and Fosu-Mensah have big chances to impress in the sunshine here today. Kevin Stott, we mentioned, he is MLS's most experienced referee at the age of 50. And it's his whistle on a bright, warm Californian Sunday afternoon that gets us underway in this International Champions Cup fixture. These sides have met competitively on 10 occasions down the years, Real Madrid with the upper hand. They played each other in 2 European Cup and Champions League semi-finals. And they met in the ICC 2 years ago in front of a US record crowd of 109,000 at the Big House in Michigan. Quite so many in attendance here today, but nonetheless, as we watch Eric Bailly trying to twist his way out of, but in fact into trouble, Craig, it's another notch in the build-up to the competitive European season for both these clubs.
Well, absolutely, first game for Real Madrid, and I think a little shocked to see him putting out 8 of the starting lineup from the Champions League final, where they, and for those that watched it in the second half, destroyed an excellent Juventus side. So he wants to kick off where he finished, Zinedine Zidane, and give these players as much game time as he can.
Here's Jesse Lingard finding Andreas Pereira. Big chance for the young Brazilian.
Well, that had to be a foul there. Lingard.
Real Madrid in their familiar all-white. The most successful club in world football. They'll be contesting the Club World Cup in December, taking their place in that competition as winners of the Champions League, a tournament that they've triumphed in 3 of the last 4 seasons. There's Fosu-Mensah. He partnered in the first half by Phil Jones. We're led to believe that Victor Lindelof and Chris Smalling will appear in the second half for Manchester United. And there'll also be, amongst many other changes, one in goal, Sergio Romero starting for the side from the English Premier League. But we're led to believe that David De Gea, who's been a target of Real Madrid, will play in the second period. Fellaini. There goes Carvajal. And now Luka Modric, who's been honoured this week by having the number 10 shirt bestowed upon him. Vacated by James Rodriguez, who's gone on loan to Bayern Munich. Wearing 10 for Real Madrid is a considerable privilege. Nacho, and it did creep out of play. That'll be a Manchester United corner. Zinedine Zidane knows a thing or two about success, being the only Real Madrid manager to win 4 titles in a season. An example of Uber's drive for success. There's Andreas Pereira. It's out by Rafael Varane. Fosu-Mensah. Lucas Vázquez turning into Matteo Darmian. And here's Martial. Marcus Rashford. Now with a free kick.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford played, Mourinho played him on the left-hand side, John, in Houston against Manchester City. He got himself an excellent goal actually when he switched sides, coming off the right-hand side. Many people wondering how often will Rashford and Lukaku, if at all, play together this season? Will he try and get them to forge a partnership up there, an understanding? amongst Lukaku on the bench, along with quite a few big hitters for United today.
Here's Bale. And now Modric. This princely Croatian midfielder. Benzema. It wasn't the most elegant piece of defending, and Phil Jones has taken a blow in the process. Manchester United trying to alert the referee. Jones is back on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, this is really brave here from all three players involved. I mean, Gareth Bale threw himself in there. I mean, we know, and for those that watch a lot of Real Madrid, just how good Bale is in the air. And I thought from Toni Kroos's cross in, I thought Romero dealt with that particularly well.
Rashford taking on Nacho and getting nothing.
There's a save again from Romero. Bale throwing himself in there. He gets clattered as well.
Jose Mourinho here. We're watching the International Champions Cup, presented by Heineken. 19 games in total in the tournament, 12 of them here in the United States. This is match number 5. And given the fact that there hasn't been a standout major international tournament this summer, the quality of the squads on display in the ICC 2017 is, I think, a notch up on some of previous vintage. Players have been able to go away and by and large have a rest unless they're involved in the Confederations Cup. A number of Real Madrid juniors missing because they were part of the Spain under-21 side who 3 weeks ago finished runners-up to Germany in their European Championship. Martial. Shooting chance! And it was meaterly struck as well. That Keylor Navas flying to his right.
Yeah, it was a bit of an unusual save. It just seemed to be straight down his throat. Navas, I don't know if it swerved at all a little bit, John.
Andres Pereira. Carrick. Lingard in the thick of it again.
Been a bright start for United, even though it's not the full strength team. There's a fair bit of pace about it. Lingard, Martial, Rashford, it did swerve in the air just a little bit. That's why Navas had to pot away.
Andres Pereira with a variation on the corner theme to Tim Fosu Mensah. Marouane Fellaini. Comfortable for Carvajal. Carrick. Rashford, Fellaini. Andres Pereira. Both these sides have been preparing at the excellent facilities at UCLA. I think there's been a rare old battle between the clubs for the best facilities, the best hotels, the most usable training pitches. Word has it that Manchester United have had the upper hand in that regard. The two clubs were also deep in transfer negotiations until last week for the services of Alvaro Morata, who subsequently, after Manchester United signed Lukaku, has gone to Chelsea. Carvajal. Marcelo. Glanced away by Darmian.
Crowd got on their feet there, John, when Gareth Bale showed a little trick or two. I mean, he's a joy to watch when he's in full stride, isn't he? And and fully fit. It's a big season for him after last year's injury-ravaged season.
Benzema. As Gareth Bale lost 4 months to an ankle problem, during which time the coach Zinedine Zidane found another formation, another way for Real Madrid to play effectively, with Isco deployed as the point of a midfield diamond and 2 strikers. Whistle's gone. International Champions Cup coverage continues on ESPN on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, with Tottenham taking on Roma at Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. Also available streaming live on the ESPN app. Carrick, who's replaced Wayne Rooney as the club captain at Manchester United.
But not guaranteed to play.
No.
At his age.
Similar position to Rooney then last season.
Yes.
Not guaranteed a place by any means.
Talk about Dyer and Matic from Chelsea coming in. See what transpires in the next few weeks.
He also seemed very keen on Ivan Perisic from Inter Milan.
Yeah, that's rumbled on, it seems, all summer.
There were reports this morning in the Spanish press suggesting that the young Real Madrid midfielder Marco Asensio could also be a target for Manchester United, a player who impressed so much on ESPN in the ICC last year and finished the season scoring in the Champions League final.
I don't see Real Madrid letting him go, because he is going to be a big part of what they do next year.
Modric. Lingard. Their respective European trophy successes last season. These two sides meet again in just 16 days' time in the European Super Cup in Skopje, Macedonia. Around the defender. Martial. Carrick. Martial. And Marcelo fending off Fellaini with some style. In the end, Real Madrid have a free kick.
He looked real worried there, didn't he, Marcelo, at the back post? It's like he knew there was a guy who was a good, what, 6 inches or so taller than him, but okay, it's a friendly, it's not that important, but still, that just sums the class up with the guy. I mean, the 2 fullbacks last year, John, Marcelo and Carvajal, my God, incredible. You won't see 2 performers how to play as an attacking fullback much better than what we witnessed from them, those 2 last year. Fabulous.
Well, Marcelo needs to perform well in pre-season, because for all his excellence last year, Real Madrid have signed a couple of left-backs this summer. Frenchman Teo has arrived from Atletico Madrid. Very high hopes attached to him.
Well, they better be good, and they won't be getting a game.
Third year in a row that the ICC has staged a game here at Levi's Stadium. Last year Liverpool beat Milan 2-0. 2 years ago Manchester United were involved, beating Barcelona 3-1. Lingard, Rashford. Varane for Real Madrid. Clinched their 33rd La Liga title, courtesy of 6 consecutive wins at the back end of last season. Competitions, they scored a remarkable 173 goals. Led, of course, by Cristiano Ronaldo, absent today. He got 42 of them.
Considering a pretty average season for him, wasn't it? 42.
Below par, really.
Yeah, a bit under the weather, wasn't he? Yeah. Struggled.
Modric.
Oh, that's a collector's item. Such a good passer of the ball, Luka Modric. I mean, when he left Tottenham, he was a good player, wasn't he? But he's turned into a superb player. Really has. One of the first names in the team sheet for Zidane in there. Isco is playing behind Benzema. You know, Bale on the left, Lucas Vazquez on the right. And a lot of talk at Real Madrid, or around Real Madrid, John, is when everyone's fit, is it going to be Bale or Isco? The season starts. 2 different players, probably 2 different formations to get them in, but just a little headache after the way Isco played last season.
This is Isco. Dispossessed by the no-nonsense figure of Fellaini. United ahead of Real Madrid in terms of matches played pre-season, not least because the Premier League starts a week before La Liga. Manchester United's first game 3 weeks today at Old Trafford against West Ham United, which will mean a reunion for Chicharito, Javier Hernandez, who joined the Hammers last week.
Yeah, West Ham seem to have made some better moves at the start of this season than they did last. I think they got left behind last season. Joe Hart's gone there as well. So he needs another one. It needs to get his career going again.
Benzema. Bale. And Benzema aiming to get it back to Bale a second time. Tony Kroos forcing the referee's hand. Isco, Benzema, left all alone really. And here's Andreas Pereira, who was let off the hook by the foul by Bale. Of course, the talk of Gareth Bale to Manchester United at some stage.
Yeah, I think he's been quoted as saying he's happy in Madrid. Why wouldn't you be? I mean, he's thinking to himself, you know, I got a good pre-season, which has already started in earnest. First game today for Bale in Madrid. But I get a good pre-season and I'll get an injury-free season and I can be a powerful player for them again. I mean, let's not forget how successful he's been in his time at Madrid. Yes, he's had some stick off the fans, there's been ups and downs, but he's came through it. The weather's lovely in Madrid, he's probably got a swimming pool at his villa. what else do you want?
There's no probably about that, Craig.
Oh, it's probably raining in Manchester.
Again, no probably about that either.
So yeah, I think that's one for another time, I think.
Martial. There is a young player who needs a good season to convince Mourinho.
Is it going to be here though? Is it going to be in a red shirt, or are they going to loan him out? I mean, I don't know, he just seems very indecisive to me. I don't see him using that pace often enough. Very hesitant. Maybe it's a lack of confidence. Young lad, still 21, still time.
Most recent reports suggest a loan move to Bundesliga side Wolfsburg is being considered. Here's Isco. And now Marcelo. Bailly, who slid in front of his own goalkeeper Romero. Modric to Kroos. Marcelo finding Bale, who is very much offside.
I'm looking across at the stand, the beautiful big stand across from us. A lot of people walking about. See them up there, John?
Yep.
They're either coming in late or they're heading for the refreshments. But they're not watching the game. Hundreds of them.
Damian. This International Champions Cup match is presented by Heineken. Open your world. Enjoy responsibly. Free kick against Fosu Mensah. Varane. Very alert to it. It's difficult to make judgments at this stage of pre-season, Craig, but one of the criticisms of Manchester United, despite the trophies they won last year, was the anodyne brand of football that they played. 15 draws in the Premier League. They're only the 8th highest scorers in Premier League competition. Fortunately, they have the second tightest defence, so they sort of got away with it, but they weren't great to watch.
At times. It wasn't quite in the Van Gaal standard of not great to watch, but
No.
you know, some would say it wasn't much better. I thought at times they played some good stuff, but you're right. I don't think that will work for a second season. And I expect them, United, I expect them to be going into the season expected to win the title. I do, because I don't think the Premier League teams are anywhere near as good as they've been in years gone by. When you spend that amount of money, John, and we can talk about probably 3 or 4 teams in the Premier League, then the ambition should be to win it. None of this, oh, if we get in the top 4 nonsense, which gets peddled on a regular basis.
Rashford. Matteo Damian. And that's the Frenchman Varane. Penalty foul.
Oh, it was clumsy. Bit of a mismatch. I mean, that is Mr. Clumsy on the floor, wasn't it?
It was.
Roland Fellaini.
Real Madrid retreat to their base in Los Angeles. They play Manchester City at the Coliseum on Wednesday. And the same day, Manchester United in action at FedEx Field against Barcelona. Rashford. Andres Pereira. 21, Brazilian youth international, but born in Belgium, where his father was a professional player for Mechelen. Kroos for Real Madrid. Effectively mugged by Fosu Mensah.
Pitch is a little sticky. They were watering it earlier. It's just the ball's not quite rolling away what players would like. It's sticking under the feet a little bit.
It's the first of two big games to be staged at Levi's Stadium this week. Wednesday night, the Gold Cup final. The United States qualifying for that with their semi-final victory yesterday. And Nacho. Marcelo.
Yeah, there's a lot of US men's national team fans at the bar in our hotel last night, John. We were not there ourselves, we were merely in the background.
Well, it was part of our preparatory routine, wasn't it, for the game, Craig? Sampling the pre-match atmosphere, gauging the feeling. This is Marouane Fellaini. United played 3-1-3 so far. Victories over MLS teams LA Galaxy and Real Salt Lake. A 2-0 win in the Manchester Derby over City. Andres Pereira, Fellaini again.
Yeah, Rashford wanted that drilled straight across the 6-yard box. Not Fellaini's strength, getting into wide areas. Trying to deliver something of quality in the box. It's just not his game.
Carrick. Martial. And now Modric. Benzema. Lucas Vazquez. Isco. And Marcelo brushed away from the path of the ball by Eric Bailly. I think we're going to have a hydration break at this stage.
What, you and I?
Well, we can if you wish,
sorry.
but they certainly are, which I suppose gives us the opportunity as well. But it is a warm all day, as you can see.
Yeah, and I really don't think it matters too much sometimes if it's hot or not. You should have a water break anyway.
Your attention, please. Due to the high temperature,
good defending here from Baillet, strong. Just gets his shoulder across.
The referee has indicated that a cooling break will begin. The break will last up to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Upcoming matches on ESPN include, from the International Champions Cup, Tottenham against Roma on Tuesday at 8 Eastern. On Wednesday, Barcelona-Manchester United from FedEx Field. Also PSG against Juve, that's on ESPN News. And then Manchester City, Real Madrid is the later game on Wednesday. That is on this network on ESPN. Quite a sight, Levi Stadium, on a day such as this, only 3 years old. 68,500 capacity. Place that cost over $1 billion to construct. The home of the 49ers, and what's lesser known was that the first ever sporting event was a game of this code of football. An MLS fixture in August 2014 opened up proceedings here between the local team San Jose Earthquakes and the Seattle Sounders. It was also the stage on which Chile thumped Mexico 7-0 in the quarter-final of the Copa America Centenario last season. But enough about the surroundings. What about these players, these teams, these coaches? Have we seen enough to form any sort of conclusions or suggest what they might be learning from this exercise yet?
I mean, for Real Madrid, with the experienced team he's got out, it's just purely a fitness exercise for them. I think United have got more conundrums. When you think about it, there's 3 weeks, I think you said 3 weeks to they kick their Premier League season off. Who's the partnership at the back going to be? Is it a back four? And if so, I would imagine it's Bailly and Lindelof.
Yes.
But I don't think they've played together yet. I mean, I can't remember all the 4 games. It might have done for a little period of a game. But I would want to start working at partnerships. Now, I know you can't play every game, especially not pre-season, because you've got to be careful of injuries. But, you know, so stuff like that I would be looking at. Getting my back line worked on. Getting a relationship with Lukaku. He had a very good game in Houston against Man City. So I think from United's perspective, there is much more to learn. Not just today, but over the course of pre-season for Mourinho, more so than Zinedine Zidane, because they're way ahead.
Well, this is the 4th of 8 pre-season fixtures, if you include the European Super Cup, for Manchester United. So there are forthcoming opportunities for those partnerships, those combinations to be established. Madrid play their opening game in La Liga 4 weeks today at the Riazor against Deportivo La Coruña.
I'm just thinking that's another 4 weeks of pre-season training.
You were never a great fan, were you?
Well, I didn't know anybody that was. It was hard work. You had to run to try and get fit. It's horrible.
So a professional athlete was being forced to run and try to get fit. Are you serious, Craig?
Yes, 100%. Try it.
Thanks. Sergio Romero with the ball, the man who played in the Europa League final, in goal for Manchester United. And Mourinho has been hinting that De Gea is not perhaps the shoe-in as the starting goalkeeper in the Premier League that he has been in recent seasons, with Romero having now signed a new 4-year contract. It's time for Own the Save, brought to you by Ally. Goalkeeper David De Gea in his 7th season. Sergio Romero has been a bit-part player but threatens to become centre stage. Here's Benzema. Referee unimpressed.
Well, I'll tell you, David De Gea will be owning the save this season because he will be playing, right? So you can cut out that. Romero might play. Yeah, of course he will. He'll play if De Gea's injured. I'll give you that.
And you think De Gea will stay at Manchester United for now, do you?
I do. I think the Real Madrid move will probably happen, but I don't think what will happen this summer.
Herrera.
Nice.
Marcelo.
Looked at me as if he'd be offside there. Benzema. Flag didn't go up.
Modric, who is a picture of beautiful balance. And now Toni Kroos. Varane. A shake-up on the centre-back front for Real Madrid, with Pepe leaving after 10 seasons. He's gone to Besiktas. Sergio Ramos will be a starter when the season begins in earnest. He's being rested today. The absence of both Ramos and Pepe means a quieter afternoon for the referee. Having stopped now, awarding a free kick to Real Madrid.
Yeah, that Ramos-Varane partnership, especially in the Champions League final, was excellent. Rafael Varane, he's got to be the quickest centre-back that I've seen for a long, long time, John. He is lightning quick. I haven't seen anybody outrun him.
Kroos. First off the head of Fosu Mensah and then that of Darmian. Luka Modric. Next Saturday, an important MLS game on ESPN as the LA Galaxy welcome the Seattle Sounders to the StubHub Center. Match begins 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN. It'll also be broadcast in Spanish on ESPN2. The Galaxy with just one home victory all season long. Major League Soccer presented by Audi, also streaming live on the ESPN app. Kroos. The adventurous Carvajal. And ultimately a goal kick. Real Madrid's squad, talking of potential transfers in and out, of course, has shrunk since they arrived in the United States 10 days ago, because they've actually sold 2 players while they've been here. Alvaro Morata to Chelsea, and then this morning confirmation that Danilo has signed for Manchester City for just over 30 million euros.
30 million euros to City, and they've just brought in a right back for 50 million sterling. $60-odd million. I mean, where are they all going to play? Fabio Contrao's left the club as well now. You mentioned Pepe, Morata to Chelsea, and Zidane has mentioned that in his press conferences that he has got a fantastic squad, but he's lost 1 or 2 that could be key to the squad and come off the bench. So I think he is keen, and he will be keen to add especially another front man.
Well, they've raised a profit of 90 million euros on deals in and out so far this summer, so as always there are funds available. And this time the funds are largely self-generated through sales. Martial. Carrick. Bale. Isco. Vasquez only picking out Carrick.
I swear I want to see him beat direct. Martial.
There's Rashford central. That's Nacho. And Fosu Mensah. I'm not sure that was the option.
You see what he did there, Martial? He cut back inside on his right foot, right, and he allowed the defence to get back in. Instead of getting that breakaway out of his feet 10 yards and running onto it and backing the defender up one-on-one, he didn't do it. And that's what I think he was signed to do.
Gareth Bale. Benzema calling for it. And the fact he didn't receive it was entirely down to Phil Jones.
A few glances at the assistant referee on the far side for an offside there, but no flag going up. Certainly looked close.
Modric. Kroos. For the 12 times champions of Europe. La Duodecima completed 50 days ago in Cardiff, South Wales. Victory over Juve. This time the flag is raised.
It's that diagonal from Cruz. Oh, looking for the flag to go up. It wasn't forthcoming. It was good defending, I think, here from Jones.
You're watching and hopefully enjoying the International Champions Cup, presented by Heineken.
Pre-season in California, as a player. Doesn't get any better, does it?
Where did you used to spend the majority of your pre-seasons then?
Aberystwyth, South Wales. Look it up in Google.
Scored on this ground 2 years ago against Barcelona.
Yeah, good little run here from Rashford just to take the defender away. He was an option if Lingard had chosen to slip that ball down the right-hand channel. But I think if I'm being honest, I think it was the right option because it just opened up in front of him. Really should hit the target. There's the run from Rashford just to the right-hand side.
Zinedine Zidane, who you can spot down there on the touchline, has watched the entirety of this first half, largely with his hands in his pocket, hiding beneath a huge baseball cap. Whilst Mourinho, his opposite number, has sat squarely in his seat throughout. Rashford, who of the younger generation of English strikers is the most glittering potential star at the moment, if you accept that Harry Kane in striker terms is perhaps a generation ahead of him. Isco, Modric, clever, Lucas Vazquez, flag up for offside, and Phil Jones got the better of him anyway.
Well, it was a late flag, but it certainly looked, and it won't be the first time today that a Real Madrid player has looked to me as if he's been at least a yard offside. Good pace from Jones.
Well, many in reserve for Real Madrid. Coming up on the Ally half-time report, an exclusive conversation with a man that no one else has managed to track down recently, Real Madrid's Cristiano Ronaldo, currently on a promotional tour in China. Our own Marty Smith managed to find him and talk to him one-on-one, an exclusive interview you can enjoy with us during half-time here. Busy chap, given time off at the moment, in part because he played through the Confed Cup with Portugal. Vazquez, Harry Benzema, Isco, Modric, dug out for Dani Carvajal. Modric again, nutmegging Fellaini. Hooked away by Eric Bailly.
Well, it's not half-time yet, but Fellaini went for the half-time burger there, I'm afraid. Get some ketchup on it as well when you're there. Modric just skip past it. Fabulous skill.
Kroos, flicked by Fosu Mensah to Marcelo. And touched behind by Tim Fosu Mensah, the young Dutchman. Just coming back to Cristiano Ronaldo after his visit to China. He's then due in court the last day of July to answer charges in a tax fraud case. He has to appear in person. The question is, will he make a fleeting appearance at Hard Rock Stadium in 6 days' time when we have the Miami Classico in the International Champions Cup? Free kick awarded against Benzema.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated 3 minutes of added time to the first half.
Don't think anybody heard that, did they?
Fellaini. Anthony Martial. And Martial to Lingard. Jesse Lingard, a scorer at Levi's Stadium for the second time in his brief career. And it's not about double. First against Barcelona, and now against the European champions Real Madrid.
John, how many times in the first half have I said about Martial, I want to see him being direct, I want to see him running at defenders, I want to see him using his pace, I don't want to see him cut back in that right foot and deliver a ball into the box, because this is what we've had fleeting glimpses of in his early career at Manchester United when he arrived from Monaco. And that's what Mourinho wants to see from him, because when he does it, he's a handful. He's got quick feet, he's fast, and he's a clever player. Okay, it wasn't good defending, but he's making people make mistakes. That is what Martial needs to be doing.
Well, Jesse Lingard inscribes his name on the...
Real Madrid looking to bounce back. Off we go. Changes aplenty on both sides. United looking to try and keep the tempo up from the first half and indeed extend the lead. One of the many youngsters who've come on for Real Madrid, Achraf Hakimi, takes the throw. Kovacic will look to run the middle of the park, battle with Fellaini and the recently arrived Paul Pogba, who's just come on at half-time as well. Here's Lukaku, straight into the action up against Manu, who only turned 19 a few days ago. On its way by Alvaro Tejero, who is in fact 21 today, the Madrid-born centre-half. You're furiously writing names down.
I know I'm writing names down. Sometimes this happens in games like this. You don't know what you're doing half the time because of the changes.
What I would do as soon as we win the ball back, if Paul gets it, just put him behind Tejero and Manu. Test them. They're young. They're playing against Lukaku, and they'll be fighting on that size and the physical presence.
Yes, Tejero 21 today. Manu is 19. Hakimi's come on is just 18. So Madrid very much looking to the future with this second half team. We talk about Kovacic, he's only 23.
But at the same time, Zinedine Zidane knows what he's doing. He was the coach of the Real Madrid Castilla before he got his job. So he has his eyes on the youth. He's not afraid giving the youth a chance as well. And I think he's the only man in the world, maybe except Sir Alex Ferguson, Cristiano Ronaldo will listen to when it comes to playing games and being rested.
I think being a great player that he was helps as well.
He does, of course, is that respect. But when a great player like Cristiano Ronaldo sees that Zinedine Zidane actually knows what he's doing, because it's not per automatic that a great player becomes a great manager either.
Here come United. Henrik Mkhitaryan has already had a real impact on this tour in terms of goals against Real Salt Lake and against LA Galaxy. Some really quick, pacey runs from the middle of the park. There's Herrera taking charge. This is Pogba, who certainly did that against Manchester City a few days ago. Real Madrid have a new goalkeeper in goal as well, the 30-year-old Kiko Casilla.
And also the third goalkeeper, Luka Zidane.
Indeed. Yeah, he's on the bench today, son of the manager. He's another at just 19. Three of his brothers also play for Real Madrid. Enzo, Theo and Elias. Here come Real Madrid then. Herrera steps across, trying to stop the progress of Oscar. Hakimi to Tejero. Kovacic. As you say, he's just the one who steps into Modric's boots and then tried enough to take David De Gea by surprise there. Decent effort from Oscar, but it was never really going to trouble the Spaniard in goal.
I'm surprised he's even tried a shot from there, so far out.
I think it's fair to say there were quite a few Manchester United fans who feared we might see David De Gea in this game, but wearing a different shirt. But Jose Mourinho putting that transfer saga to bed yesterday in his pre-match press conference, saying De Gea is going nowhere. He's a Manchester United player. He's very happy.
And we are very happy to have him here. What a great goalkeeper.
I think that was a media thing in actual fact.
But you know yourself, it's quite hard. He's Spanish. It's Real Madrid knocking on the door, moving home.
And he's from there.
Yeah, he's from there. Sometimes it's hard to resist on things, even if he says he loves Manchester.
I know, but when you think he's played for the opposition.
David De Gea happy, clearly, but Ander Herrera not so much after that challenge.
No, there was a...
Fellaini. As this Manchester United side sort of beds in on this pitch in the early moments of the second half. Likewise for Real Madrid. Sometimes so many changes can really disrupt the pace of the game. It might take a while for them to get back up to where they were towards the end of the first half. This is Lindelof. Seems to have settled into the camp really well since joining the club. Back to Smalling with a couple of terrific blocks against Manchester City a couple of nights ago. Lindelof closed down by Dani Gomez. Mkhitaryan is yeah, Herrera is struggling here, and that's a real shame. He's literally been on the pitch for 5 minutes. It's very similar to the kind of problem Juan Mata had against Real Salt Lake when he was on for around about 10 minutes and then had to go off.
That is really painful. I don't think there's nothing major wrong. It's just a knee towards this bone just above your hip.
Scott McTominay is going to replace Ander Herrera. That's just a real cause of frustration for a manager. Wanting to get some all-important minutes into Herrera, but that's not going to happen here today. This is where it happened.
See that knee coming up high up on that bone there.
Maybe it was the second one when his boot caught him.
Oscar was the one who made the challenge, and it's ended Ander Herrera's game.
When you're a player that still disappoints you to go off, you don't want to go off, you want to play.
So as one door closes for Ander Herrera, another one opens for Scott McTominay. Chance for him to get some more minutes under his belt. He played 45 minutes in the second game against Real Salt Lake. Now he runs on in the United States against Real Madrid. What a moment for him. Daley Blind.
No, right?
Towards Anthony Martial. It's just going to bend out of play, though.
So that was the type of ball I was talking about earlier. Doesn't always have to be played on the ground, but just in behind the defense as well. They're very young, they're a little excited, can be a little bit anxious, just to test them.
De Gea towards Pogba. Blind made the challenge. That was a little late. Oscar it was who tumbled to the ground.
Leaving the game is number 21, Ander Herrera.
Martial. Good battle with Casemiro. Paul Pogba fending off the advances here of various players in Madrid white. And indeed being fouled in the process.
Damian went there.
Matteo Darmian was the man in the space on the far side. Still Pogba has it again and feeds Smalling. The La Liga fixtures have come out in the last week or so. It's interesting to note that Real Madrid don't have the Clásico to worry about until the 20th of December. At home, on May the 6th, they travel to Nou Camp. Could be an interesting end of the season, although you get with that game so late. Lukaku on the charge here. Garcia was out quickly there to gobble that one up. Casemiro helps it on its way to Theo Hernandez. He was at Alaves on loan last season in the left-back role. Hakimi. It goes to Oscar. Casemiro. Now Kovacic. Almost looks in these early stages of the second half, guys, that we're going to need that little bit of quality to open the game up, as we saw in the first half with Anthony Martial.
You also need to wait for the right moment when actually to attack, when to pick that moment. In this heat, you cannot go all the time, all in.
Smalling tried to get rid of that one. It, in fact, didn't brush off his head. Be a Manchester United throw. Talk about the injury to Ander Herrera being a real blow. It's similar to the Mata injury, as I say, where Juan Mata's only played 59 minutes on this tour. Whereas some others, like Paul Pogba before today, have played 180 minutes. A bit of a tester for De Gea from Lindelof.
Crowd weren't impressed with the pass back. I think it was putting the goalie in trouble, but it wasn't.
To Lukaku, showing his strength. Scott McTominay beaten to it by Kovacic. He goes to Alvaro Tejero. Just given that to McTominay. Lets it roll to Mkhitaryan. He spots the run of Anthony Martial. Defensive cover though. Hakimi was back there to make sure the Frenchman didn't do any more damage to Real Madrid.
Well played from Manu.
Kovacic. Mkhitaryan with him. Chance for Hernandez to run into a gap. Before waiting for the crossing. Daily Blints there as well. It was well kept alive by Dani Gomez. Beautifully dealt with by Casemiro as well.
I would have been very disappointed if Dani Gomez, with his height, would score there from across as well. So.
It's interesting to see Casemiro and Kovacic in the centre of the park together, because during the course of last season, Casemiro really became a favourite at Real Madrid under Zidane. It was Kovacic who actually lost out really as a result of that.
It was Casemiro in front of the back four, and then it was on the other side it was Modric and Kroos, and Isco filled in Bale's role, but it was more like the role just number 10 like Mkhitaryan played in the last pre-season game. He was actually playing behind Benzema and Ronaldo.
Oscar. Hakimi. Just trying to make Anthony Martial do some defensive work. Casemiro to Kovacic. Slides it through to Oscar. Tries to take it away from Smalling. Very nearly managed to pop that onto the boot of Dani Gomez. Referee happy with the challenge on
Fellaini. Gave him a free kick. He was looking for that, and he threw himself and got the free kick in front of Paul Pogba.
Well, United pointing to the challenge just before that by one of the Madrid players on Fellaini.
That was Casemiro. They went hard in and won the ball back as well.
That's the point. You give away a silly free kick, you can get punished for it.
At least Kovacic doesn't have nobody to fight off now, like he usually does when he plays in La Liga. The big name players take the free kicks, and now he feels like I'm the only one that can take that one.
This is one of the more senior players out there at 25, and he'll be looking to test David De Gea from this set play. It's just wellied straight at the wall. Play.
The number of times players do try and play over the top and seem to commit themselves to the low ball.
Mkhitaryan with the pace. This is McTominay backing him up, and now Fellaini. Madrid got back quickly there to slow down the Manchester United counter-attack.
Yeah, switch of play.
Pogba to Daley Blind. And now Martial. Blind once again, just ran into a bit of traffic. Kovacic trying to find a bit of room for the runner. There's Dani Gomez. Damian. Interesting to see him at right back in the second half. Having played the first half left back. Fellaini just loses out and fights back.
He did well to win it back, hasn't he?
He did well never to give up, because first nice skill from Oscar, and then he won it back after it looked like he was going to get nutmegged.
Mkhitaryan lets that one roll out. So they take the throw to Victor Lindelof. There goes Martial. That is a free kick. Given away by Franchu. Has caused a lot of problems on this tour, running at defenders. Martial. Great cross. Lovely ball in towards Lukaku. Just couldn't quite grow enough to nod it goalwards.
That was a fantastic ball, that, in, wasn't it? Asking for somebody to get in the end of it.
There's a lovely left foot, and especially when you have them two targets in the middle to aim at, Lukaku and Fellaini.
Those targets are still in the middle now for Mkhitaryan to try and pick out. There is Fellaini, just over the top.
One or two try to claim a corner.
I would like this to see just be a little bit more aggressive when Real Madrid are trying to play the ball out from the back, to win the ball a little bit higher up, because you don't have to waste that much energy even in this heat, because at that same time, if you win the ball higher, you're closer to Madrid's goal, and we have the players as well to hurt them. It's Martial, it's Lukaku and Mkhitaryan making the runs.
An awful lot of attacking talent on this pitch today. Defenders, particularly in this heat. With the pitch that could see the ball hold up quite a bit, have to be on their toes. As Kovacic is knocked over.
Yeah, you've got the free kick, you've got now. Yeah, just catch.
Mkhitaryan it was. Knocks it back. Here's Manu. We're quite on the same page there. Reminder that it's Madrid today. It's Barcelona next, FedEx Field in Maryland. Sides meeting a couple of years ago. United won by 3-1. We hope it's similar in a couple of days' time. 11:30 p.m. BST. Valerenga next Sunday. We met in August 2012. Do it all again. 5 o'clock BST, and then Sampdoria the 2nd of August at 7 in the evening BST. Do join us for that on your channel MUTV. Hope you're enjoying the pre-season coverage. We'll look forward to having your company throughout the season. United fight on various different fronts for silverware. Damian back to Paul Pogba. This is Martial. Great recently to catch up with our reserves and academy sides as well in pre-season over in Austria. Of course, we'll have coverage of both levels of the game for you live on your channel, the under-18s, the under-23s. A chance for Anthony Martial.
Well done by Dion Hakimi as well. Nicely composed.
Theo Hernandez, who had a bit of trouble with the old keepy-uppies at the...
I was just going to ask you, Dave, about that. I didn't want to be the first one to mention them keep-ups he did when he was presented as the new signing. I think people have seen it now. Social networks, even Paddy has seen it as well. You know the people have seen
obviously,
it.
Obviously, there's a lad that's a lot of nerves coming into it. That was funny all the same.
The first two were good.
Out of 4.
He's certainly a super player. Just didn't
a very good
on the day there. Here's Pogba from the error in the middle of the park. This is Smalling. Fellaini. Just like to see a bit more width going forward here, perhaps, to really stretch this pitch out. Maybe that can be provided by Daley Blind.
Well, I heard you there.
Pogba's in.
Martial.
That's a bad first touch.
Stand.
Now it's the old thing, don't foul, isn't it? You hear that from the benches so often.
Well, that's what you want him to do, pass it back the way. Go forward.
It's back with Tejero. Casemiro. 4 goals in 25 games in the league last season for Real Madrid, for Casemiro. It was a relative bargain, only £5 million.
He was an indiscreet as well when he came. Was he really a Real Madrid player? But Zidane made him into one. He's like a Hoover there in front of that back four. Always stands right and always allows Luka Modric and Toni Kroos actually to enjoy and create something. And even if they lose the ball, he's always there as a protection because they play with width. When Carvajal and Marcelo goes, he's always there with the back. So they're always 3 at the back. So he's done really well for him, Zidane, to believe in him.
I thought Zidane was one of those who could judge a midfield player quite well.
I think he could judge one. That's because he likes the likes of Isco and Modric.
I think he judge a footballer. Regardless of where he's playing.
Well played. This is Martial trying to whiz it across the box. It was a decent recovery challenge by Manu, and it'll be a Manchester United corner.
Yeah, had to defend that, hadn't he?
Real Madrid will keep everyone back for this set piece. United with pretty much everyone forward, apart from Damian McTominay and, of course, David De Gea. It's in from Blind. Once again, it's a corner which doesn't quite hit the heights that it was meant to. This is McTominay. Thought about it. Fellaini's offside.
I'm not so sure Fellaini was the one that was offside.
For a moment there, it looked like Kiko Casillo was going to be tested.
Didn't put any play up, did they?
Scott McTominay thought about pulling the trigger there.
Yeah, he did quite well, actually.
Sometimes you just need someone to gamble on something like that, don't you? With so many players in front of him, it could have hit anyone and gone anywhere. Free kick goes Real Madrid's way. Theo Hernandez was being chased by both Fellaini and Mkhitaryan there. The referee just coming across to Henrik and saying, you've had a couple, so be careful.
Tripped him, didn't he? From behind. Can't do that.
It was, as you would say, a click of the heels. Now Lindelof has to be careful, and he wasn't. And that is a penalty. Theo Hernandez had only just got up from the floor, having been knocked down by Mkhitaryan. And he's now in a crumpled heap after the challenge from Lindelof, and Real Madrid have a way back into this game.
Well, it's a silly challenge. There's no need to make it. Just go and protect them. Oh, dear me.
And even you, Paddy, can't say that's not a penalty.
Excuse for that. No.
That's a stonewall penalty, but a great ball from Kovacic as well. And We saw why they brought Theo Hernandez in for them runs. He's powerful when he gets going. And penalty for Real Madrid.
And it's going to be Casemiro to take this. David De Gea will do his best. Let's see what indeed he can do. Not a lot about that. That was travelling straight into the back of the net, and Real Madrid are on terms with 3/4 of the game gone.
Well, you always say when you take a penalty, I know Scots will just blitter it, aim it and hit it as hard as you can, and that's exactly what he done, giving the goalkeeper no chance. Silly penalty.
But it was once again that quick free kick they took, and we were not on guard. We were ball watching. Kovacic gets the ball. Hernandez, that was fouled, gets up, makes that run, and Victor should just stand with him and follow him down the line. He shouldn't make that challenge.
Well, that might end up being a good bit of practice for Casemiro, because this game could go to penalties. We have to have a winner tonight, whether it's in 90 minutes or indeed on penalties. If you win the game outright, as United did against City the other night, you get 3 points in this International Champions Cup system. If it's a draw, after 90 minutes, both sides get a point, and the winner of the shootout gets an extra point. Mkhitaryan through to Lukaku. Scott McTominay, maybe. Not quite.
Yeah, great build-up again, but unfortunately no finish to it.
I wonder if we'll see one of these sides go for it as the game approaches its conclusion. We have 20 minutes to play, so it's well poised here.
I just think we can move our lines a little bit higher up. I know I keep on going about it, but I think you can actually win the ball high up when you play against younger players.
Maybe when the heat United will kept quite happy to sit back there, but can't do that.
Almost you can always move your lines up, because you only have one striker to worry about. It's Dani Gomez with number 28, and we have the pace at the back to deal with them balls. When you move the lines higher up, you can win the ball because we have the players as well.
Mkhitaryan did well there to realise he was being chased.
Needs a bit of support, he's got it.
This is Fellaini. Now Chris Smalling brings Daley Blind into the game. And Pogba. Lukaku with 2 to play with. Make sure they doubled up on him quickly there. And Franchuk will take Daley Blind on. Done well, and then Smalling came across.
Well, I think he makes the best of that, doesn't he?
I think Chris was actually, Paddy, he was laid there, same as Victor, not in the same context, but he did put his foot up. And it's
I
much
know he
easier
did, but he's made the best of it, hasn't he? One, two, 3 rolls. Looks badly hurt, doesn't it?
You got a free kick.
One of those players who has a different name on his shirt to the name that he goes by in commentary. 2-footed winger, though, is only 19, the Argentinian. He's given Real Madrid another set-piece opportunity here. Concentration all important here for United in a defensive sense. De Gea had to be careful and managed to dig it out.
Great attempt that, wasn't it? That was a fantastic attempt at, and a fantastic save from De Gea.
Jan Quezada tries with his left foot here to catch David De Gea off guard. Great save.
Comes the cross in, which was too long for everybody. As a goalkeeper, you've just got to have all angles covered here, haven't you?
Oh, that's a great free kick, that all the same. That's a great free kick.
I think one of the Madrid players there was sort of saying, why did you go for goal there? Why did you cross it in? Well, you can see why he went for goal. I think De Gea might have possibly hurt himself in the process as well. Just checking that right wrist is in good order. Casemiro, scorer of the equaliser. Indeed, both goals scored by the number 14s from either side. Casemiro manages to thread it through. This is Kovacic with Fellaini. Lukaku just trying to guide it towards Mkhitaryan. It's away from Theo Hernandez. Real Madrid play Manchester City in 3 days' time in Los Angeles. Then El Clasico comes to the US as they play Barcelona in Miami. Then finish their warm-up for the Super Cup against the MLS All-Stars in Chicago. And to Pogba.
Damian is totally open on that side.
He picks him out.
It's a little bit too late because Hernandez gets the opportunity to come up closer to him. That ball doesn't have to go past Fellaini. You can actually hit it out straight away to give your fullback a chance to go on 2 against 1 there.
Lukaku trying to cushion it for Martial, who used the arm, says the referee. We're going to see a change here, and it's Antonio Valencia who's going to come on for United. And I would imagine that it's quite possibly going to be Damian to make way, having played
after the water break
the game so far. And we're going to have another water break at the same time, as you say. Chris Smalling, I think, also getting a change of shirt here, because in the cut and thrust of the game, his has become ripped. So just a time for everyone to cool down. The attendance we can confirm for you today here, 65,109 inside the Levi's Stadium here. We've seen various bits and pieces, some keenly contested battles along the way.
But it's funny, as soon as they have a water break and they say 3 minutes to the restart, people just jump up and leave their seats to go to these restaurants, the little bars, buddy.
Well, they want a drinks break as well, but of a different kind, perhaps.
It was 65, and as soon as ref said it was a water break, it's 30,000 left.
Why don't we get one?
After. I'll buy a drink afterwards, buddy. Look after the elders.
I'll tell you, breaking your run down there.
I'm looking after the elders.
Paddy won't buy you a drink afterwards.
But I'm looking after the elders. It's always the old school. It's the old school. If Paddy needs his bag carried, I'm going to carry it.
Respect for age, that's what that is.
I've not seen Paddy's wallet, and I joined in 2006. So.
I throw the bill.
There's Julia Roberts, though, taking in the action today with her family.
Kids, yeah.
I must say, her kids loving the occasion, but they're also actually her sons very good at football. They were down at training the other day. We were having a bit of a kickabout with them, and very talented young lads who...
I take it that's her daughter, isn't it? I know, maybe not. Your sister, probably.
No, but it's great for young kids like that to see these United players up close,
Fantastic.
see what the work that they put in to get to where they want to be. And it is confirmed it's Valencia on and Matteo Darmian who makes way.
Entering the game is number 25, Antonio Valencia. Leaving the game is number 36, Matteo Darmian.
So great to see Antonio back on the pitch, and we shall see what impact he can have with, 13 minutes to go, and possibly a penalty shootout, Paddy.
It looks odds on that, doesn't it?
It's been a little bit of a sleepy second half, it's fair to say.
It is. I think we have ourselves to blame as well to concede a goal. We're a little bit sluggish as well. And when you don't put a shift in, we're not aggressive enough as well. You tend to sit back a little bit, think things will actually fall into pieces, and then that goal comes, you need to wake up.
Back he goes to Kiko Casilla. Not really been tested much in this second half. He's fielded a couple of balls here and there, but not really an awful lot of shot stopping to do. It's Mkhitaryan who finds Valencia. Back to Lindelof, who'll be frustrated with that challenge that gave away the penalty. Here is the Swede. Smalling picks it up.
the lot. I mean, the crowd love things like that here.
In some ways, it's what pre-season games should be about, really, with little bits of skill for the paying public to enjoy. We certainly saw that with Jesse Lingard's goal, the work from Anthony Martial. Good challenge from Blind, and indeed from Fellaini, who sets off. He's halted by Casemiro. Blind, nicely done. Looking to set Lukaku away. Great strength from him. This is McTominay.
Pogba's in.
Now Pogba. Just managed to close the door. It was Tejero who was there. That's loose though from Madrid. McTominay picks it up. Fellaini. Mkhitaryan.
He was closed down very quickly, wasn't he?
Hernandez was in the way very swiftly.
He's done really well for them in the second half. Theo Hernandez has been the main threat from the fullback position.
Yeah, just cost 23 million from Atletico Madrid, and
it's crazy that we've gone to that. Just 23 million.
I know, I was
Just
thinking
20,
that.
yeah.
Just 23 million, yeah.
If you go to 20 million, just a decent player, not good enough.
Yeah, be a bag of tails, 23 million.
he's just 19 years of age as well, so imagine if he'd been a couple of years older, the price tag might have been even larger. What a player he was in his day, Zinedine Zidane. Various clubs, including Real Madrid, at Juventus as well, and indeed for the French national team.
Magical, Dave. That volley in 2002, Fallen Hampden Park against Leverkusen.
Unbelievable technique there.
He was dropping from an airplane and he just caught it with his volley.
Not for him, that was easy for him.
Blind. Once again, the target is Romelu Lukaku. Referee plays advantage there. Didn't like the hands from Daley Blind on the back of Franchu. Stuck out here for Tejero to drive forward. Kovacic getting involved. Not the best of passes, but it was eventually poked to safety. The vast majority of the second half played in the middle third of the field here. Casemiro into it by Pogba. Blind straight at Martial. That roll here for Casemiro, it does. And Blind took charge.
Did well, Blind.
Pogba loves to take on a few, doesn't he? But he's put himself into trouble. Hakimi. And just to find a bit of space, which nearly caused a problem or two for United there.
The touch from the Madrid player, it never happened.
Really well there, Hakimi, because the only player in the box is Dani Gomez, and he's not going to have it in the air. So he put it on the seat.
Valencia, had he been able to control that, might have thought about taking the shot on with the goalkeeper well off his line.
No, not David Beckham.
Blind for Martial. The right idea, but not quite the execution from Oscar. Here's Martial. Nicely done for Blind. Nearly had a run through there. Advantage from the referee for Kovacic. Bit of slack passing on either side now. Good covering though from Tejero to take it away from Valencia. And McTominay.
It's a great ball. He needs to score.
Why didn't he put his head on it? I know it wasn't high. Oh, what a great opportunity that was.
It's a great ball from the youngsters, McTominay, and Fellaini needs to put that away.
The crowd at the back of that goal disappointed he hasn't.
Let's have a look at it here now.
Yeah, great opportunity, isn't it? Sometimes when you think it's too easy, that's when you make a mess of them.
to do, but McTominay with a great ball spotted the run as well. It doesn't matter if it's your head or foot. You have to get that on target and you have to score there, Paddy.
Yeah, he's disappointed. He'll be more disappointed than us.
Would quite possibly have been the winner had it gone in, because there isn't an awful lot of time left. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 6.5 minutes to play, plus perhaps a little bit of added time for the drinks break. And bearing in mind the number of chances we've seen in the second half, there may not be too many more. Sharp challenge from Blind, but Real Madrid come away with it through Franchu. Dani Gomez waits for the pass. This is Hakimi. Just waiting for a bit more movement in front of him. Well played. Nicely done. Patient build-up. This is Oscar. Well read by Valencia for Mkhitaryan. Dani Gomez. Mkhitaryan again. He juggled well. He's helped out by Pogba and then tripped, and that'll be a yellow card.
It's a pity that was a free kick, wasn't it? It was a break on there for United.
Yellow card flashed towards Oscar. And McTominay. Daley Blind. Do we see a winner here in normal time?
Great difficulty.
Just like the sport, we put it in Oscar.
From Scott McTominay towards Lukaku. Out by Tejero as the PA announces the yellow card. Shown to Oscar. Valencia. Mkhitaryan. Didn't realise perhaps that Kovacic was there.
Didn't work to win it back, didn't he?
It was Valencia who took his eyes off it. Free kick given away by Lindelof.
If we can just get some passes in their half, open them up, and then use our fullbacks in Daley Blind and Antonio Valencia, because Fellaini has taken a step further up to support Lukaku, and with them crosses in the final couple of minutes, you can actually get a winner with that, because the height advantage and the power they have comparing to their Real Madrid back four.
The big cheer, by the way, was because the announcer has just told the crowd that if it's level after 90 minutes, we'll have penalties. And they're all rather excited about the prospect of that.
I thought I saw a picture of Paddy Curran on the big screen.
That would have frightened everybody.
I'm not sure there'd be cheers. I don't know.
It's like that. That is slack.
Lindelof gets it away. Lind fights for it as well. It'll be a corner to Real Madrid.
He's looking around at his own defenders, playing, saying, "Where were you?"
It's again a dead ball situation. It was two free kicks, and now it's a throw-in that catches it off guard.
Out it goes from Paul Pogba. Mkhitaryan challenged as he tried to get it clear. By Martial. Hakimi with the throw. Hard with Dani Gomez, but the ball is released and the shot is well over the top of the end. Disappointing from Achraf Hakimi.
It was a little bit greedy there. He had support, but I suppose when you're that far out, you want to have a strike.
That was a good run forward. He should have released the ball to Dani Gomez. They made a little run inside him.
Pogba caught on the ball there by Dani Gomez. Real Madrid coming strongly at United with just a few minutes to go. Kovacic. Fellaini chasing after him. Forward it goes from Casemiro. Oscar. Casemiro. Another shot which is well off target. Really have to do a lot better than that to really worry David De Gea.
I think Zidane will be delighted with his young players in the second half. They're actually showing confident on the ball, trying to play themselves out of problems. And of course, the experienced players in Casemiro, Kovacic actually taking the part and helping them on.
The disappointing thing from both sides, I suppose, is that neither goalkeeper has really had that much to do. De Gea with that terrific save from the free kick, but other than that, it's a quiet half. Kiko Casilla with nothing to do really as yet. This is Lukaku, though. A lot of white shirts back to see that danger away. Hakimi in the final minute of the 90. Kovacic. Gomez just ahead of him. Instead, this is Oscar. Now Hakimi. Good run by him. Manages to get the ball over, but it's over the top as well as over into the penalty area and behind. And we might not see too much more action in either box.
Well, he's done right. You like to see people taking people on around the box.
There's a 3 minutes at a time for that water break as well. So we had that in the first half. We got a goal, so hopefully we get a goal as well for United before this.
Yeah, that was the cue for Jesse Lingard to step forward and find the back of the net, and indeed for Anthony Martial to do his thing. And Romelu do something like that at the other end. Maybe Paul Pogba steps forward to open up Real Madrid for the decisive moment.
The important one at this stage of the game will be our goalkeeper.
Foul on Martial.
Throw everybody into the box and play it in.
Lukaku's going forward. Fellaini as well. Scott McTominay and Pogba. I mean, with those four, there's plenty of physical presence there, as you mentioned earlier, Bo.
Certainly pushing out, aren't they, Madrid?
Blind for Lukaku. Not what he intended there.
I also think Daly might be a little bit disappointed for that ball. He wanted it a little bit more into the penalty box, and then you can actually attack the ball when you have players like Lukaku.
You expect him to head that one across the goal now.
Pogba. Casemiro. Fellaini a little too physical for the referee's liking. Casemiro finds Oscar in space. Here's Dani Gomez. Poor effort.
And they got a lot of space there, didn't they, Real Madrid?
Paddy, again a dead ball situation. Then we switch off, and Casemiro pays the ball in quickly in behind our midfield. And they onto it.
A little bit of better play, they might have suffered for it. For a decision.
It's also the kind of chance when you guys often say in the commentary box you needed to go across goal. You never know who you might have hit in the process.
Yeah, we say that when the ball doesn't go in the near post, then we go say he should have gone across, isn't it?
Oh, let me tell you something, I've never played a bad game watching.
Lukaku.
This is Pogba. Here.
Just tried to open up Madrid. And the referee was going to give the free kick. Instead, he's blown the full-time whistle. These two sides can't be split in normal time. So we go to penalty kicks. Goals from the two number 14s, Jesse Lingard and Casemiro, have tied the match up. So we will go to a spot kick lottery to decide the winner. Final score here, Real Madrid 1, Manchester United 1. Penalties to come. So this is where who knows what's going to happen next, really. It's all about whether a goalkeeper can step forward perhaps and be the hero, or whether someone's going to blast a penalty over the top or well wide to decide who gets the points, Paddy.
Oh, the goalkeeper's always the hero at penalty kicks. Goalkeeper's always the hero.
And we have David De Gea in goal as well. Like you said, there's nothing to do in the second half as well. He's gone 45 minutes, so he's getting warmed up now to save some penalties.
Fingers crossed you're right.
Let me ask you, have you ever seen a 5 each at penalties? No, seriously.
Well,
somebody always misses.
There've been a few big scores.
Of course, you must have said.
Very rare big scores.
You must have said number 6 and number 7 as well going a step forward.
Middlesbrough-Liverpool in the League Cup was a massive one, wasn't it, a couple of years ago? But anyway, for the time being, we'll come back and talk in a minute. For the time being, Stuart, it's down to you.
Well, the crowd here love penalties. As soon as they announced over the PA system there were penalties if it's a draw, everyone went absolutely mad. Second half was a little bit of a disappointment from a United point of view, especially as Real Madrid made a lot of changes and brought on a very young team.
Well, they changed the 11 to probably their reserve team, and fair play to them. They got back in the game and probably deserved to get back into it. It's a rash challenge by Victor to give the penalty away, but we had an unbelievable opportunity to actually get the win with Fellaini. But penalties it is, and as you say, the Americans love all this type of stuff.
No doubt about the penalty, was there?
Yeah, it's clearly, as Maisie said, it's a rational decision. You got to understand at this level, you know, you can't make those here. You got to be absolutely certain he was late. He was already committed to tackle. But take no doubt, I think we won the first half. I think Madrid, based on the second half, despite all the changes, they just come out on top. But I think the fans get what they deserve. I think it's a fair score, and then now penalty to decide it. Just what the fans need.
That's how you take a penalty, is it?
Wow. Could put 2 keepers in there. You wouldn't have stopped it. Absolutely fantastic shot. You thought, I said to Yorkie, Dave will save this, but no stopping that.
And Fellaini actually could have won it, couldn't he? Right at the very end, really.
Unbelievable chance. I'm not quite sure how he actually missed it, but it's a fantastic ball in by Scott, and just got to the target. It's the first time you've seen that, isn't it?
Well, I think it was more harder to miss than to score, isn't it? Really, it's just incredible. I mean, at this level, I mean, he knows. Me or Maisie don't need to tell him. We've all been in that position on many occasions, and it's just lack of concentration there. Maybe it's too easy for him to score, and just come off wrong. He just got it all wrong. There's no excuse. I can't even make an excuse for him.
It does always affect the flow of a game, doesn't it? When you see somebody, we made 8 or 9 changes. They made it, wholesale changes. It does affect it.
It does affect it, and obviously the injury to Ander as well, which is a blow for us. You don't want to see lads getting injured. But I think maybe they thought it was going to be a little bit easier than what it was. But fair play to Real Madrid. They came out and they did ever so well. They really did for such young kids.
Yeah. All right, boys. Speak to you afterwards. Time for PKs. Here's David.
Yes, PKs indeed, as they call them in these parts. Penalty kicks to decide who gets the extra bonus point in this International Champions Cup game. Both sides get a point for the draw after 90 minutes. The winner of the shootout gets an extra point to add to the league table in front of nearly 70,000 people here. And now it's just all about who is going to step forward and take the kicks. And I wonder how far down the list we'll have to go in order to get a winner.
Well, I said it earlier on, very, very rare do you get 5, each team scoring 5 penalties. Somebody always misses it.
I turned to you there, Paddy, because I caught you by surprise. You were eating a cookie. I thought I'd just throw that one straight at you.
He was hiding under the table. I thought he was picking a paper up. I just saw a cookie in his hand. That's great.
So the young Real Madrid players are going to step forward. Looks like we're going to take the penalties in the end that Real Madrid were defending in that second half. And of course, we always talk about the fact that you can't practice penalties under pressure in training. It's quite simple. You'll get a bit of stick from your teammates if you miss, but generally there's no pressure, is there?
Nerves play a big part in that.
This sort of recreates the pressure a little bit. Obviously, it's not the European Cup final. We know that. It's not the World Cup final, but you still don't want to step up.
No, you want
and
to
miss
win.
a penalty.
You want to win the game, and if it is penalties, well and good. But I'd just say go up and blue through it. Do you know what that word means?
Yeah, just shoot it hard as you can. I imagine
correct,
something.
yeah.
I'd love you to explain that to some of the Real Madrid players now.
In Spanish.
In Spanish, bluter it. Well, we've certainly got two goalkeepers capable of causing some problems for those taking the penalties. David De Gea, of course, we've seen him save spot kicks before with Leighton Baines, of course, had a perfect record in penalty kicks until he stepped up to take on David, who then saved. And indeed, David saved one from Romelu Lukaku in the Wembley, didn't he, a while ago?
Are we taking the first penalty? Yes, we are.
Martial stepping up.
Anthony Martial will get us started in this shootout.
Well, it's handy if you score the first one.
Produced a real moment of magic in the game. What can he do from 12 yards?
Oh, God almighty.
That has flown over the top.
But he's not took any run up or anything. He's just stood beside the ball. And oh dear me, it's a dreadful penalty, that. What did I say? Very rarely does MD score with the 5 penalties.
You can still finish 4-4. You get a 6-1 Paddy. Doesn't have to be 5-5. At the same time, not the best penalty. Anthony Martial went for a little bit too much power with no run up at all. And now it's Mateo Kovacic.
Chance for him to step forward and give Real Madrid the lead. And David De Gea has the answer. No surprise in this game that he was going to grab the headlines. And we stay at 0-0 after a penalty each.
And this is confident. The young Scott McTominay coming up to the ball as well. I would really love him to score this one. Because even if it's a friendly, a penalty shootout for the first team, you want that for your confidence to score that one. Otherwise, you won't be sleeping if you miss.
Our goalkeeper always gets us off the hook, doesn't he? He has for the moment.
So it's as if those two penalties didn't happen
Well,
in terms of the scoreboard.
Don't miss, son. Make sure this goes in. Make sure it goes in.
They always say, hit the target. He does, but Kiko Casilla has the answer, and we're still at 0-0 after 3 kicks.
I just feel for the younger player, especially on this occasion. You step up in the first team and you miss it. It's something it's always going to be back on your mind as well. I really wanted him to score.
Say 100 times, just got and blew it. He's trying to place it.
Number 32, Oscar Rodriguez.
Oscar Rodriguez for Real Madrid. I bet he didn't think he'd have the chance to get the first penalty on the board.
He saves it.
And it's saved by David De Gea, and no one can find the back of the net.
The little Armenian he's stepping up now.
Oh, fantastic, isn't he? Well, you expect him, don't you? You expect anything from him,
Great
don't you?
height, great hand there from David De Gea.
Right, so it's as if the first 2 penalties for either side didn't actually happen.
Well, let's hope this one does.
Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's already found the back of the net on this tour a couple of times.
Well done,
and he
Mickey.
does so this time. Finally, there's a goal in this penalty shootout.
He's only rolled it in, hasn't he?
See, you don't have to go for your type of penalties, Paddy, to score. Nice, easy, composed, send the keeper the wrong way, give him the eyes.
I couldn't do that.
You know, he's that type of player as well. He's silky.
Yeah, he's tremendous.
He walks back there to everyone as if to say, what was your problem?
Can you do it again, David?
This is a chance for Real Madrid to get back on terms. Luis Quesada.
Oh, he's done it. Did he get a hand to that?
Yeah, he did.
Just squeezed it through the hands of David De Gea, and it's 1-1.
He did, Paddy. You can see that on the replay. He did get a hand, and he comes down.
Oh, dear.
So it's Victor Lindelof who steps up next, and he'll really want to score, having given away the penalty that ultimately tied this game up. Number 2 looking to give United a second goal. Saved again. The goalkeepers are starring in the shootout.
No, the goalkeepers are not starting. I think they're bad penalties.
That was not a good penalty for Victor. He wanted to go centrally, go for safety, but Kiko Casillas stays up and reads that. Stands on his line.
I think he just slipped there as he took that. Lindelof.
Theo Hernandez, the next to take the long walk and to try his luck against De Gea. And he hasn't even hit the target.
Missed it by a mile, hasn't he? What is going on?
Even Paddy.
What is going on?
This may go down in history as one of the worst shootouts ever. So we stay level at 1-1, and Daley Blind will step forward for United for what could be.
He's calm and composed, Daley Blind. I like his little left foot. I think he will score this one. Dave, Paddy.
Oh dear me.
So, composure required here.
Hit the blooming back of the net.
Daley Blind with the left peg to give United the edge. He does.
Straight down the middle.
Now there's pressure. Straight down the middle. It's amazing how that works and how often it works.
It does, because he stayed on his line, Kiko Casillas, and Victor missed his penalty. So he was guessing that the keeper has to go this time, and he puts it down the middle.
And I think that's what Victor Lindelof was trying to do before him.
Casemiro, the guy that scored a penalty for 1-1 as well. You like that type of penalty, and hope now David saves it for the win.
You can't score two in the same game, can you?
Let's see. It's Casemiro to keep Real Madrid alive.
Well,
he doesn't.
What did I tell you? That's the one.
And Manchester United win the shootout. What a bizarre shootout as well. It's not often you see 10 penalties and only 3 go in. But that's the story here. Real Madrid managed to tie the game up, but couldn't do anything in the shootout. Manchester United win 2 points from the game, and the International Champions Cup campaign continues with smiles on faces eventually for those in red. Final score 1-1 in 90 minutes. United win 2-1 on penalties.
DHL